All right, morning everyone. Today is March 27th and we're still making syrup, and it's been some great syrup. We did not boil last night. There was enough sap, but I was exhausted, and every now and then you need to catch yourself up on sleep. But this morning I've got to put away some syrup that we bottled yesterday and get ready because I've got a tour this morning. One of the local rec departments is coming, and then we're gonna haul sap. We're gonna make syrup tonight. So things have been busy here. All right, first thing first here. I had sap in the head tank from yesterday when we had a tour, and I need to make sure that the line didn't freeze. We got down to like 22 last night, and I kind of wasn't really thinking ahead when I left sap out there. So I'm hoping the piping is not frozen. If not, I'll have to heat it up, but we'll see what we can do here. The handle broke on this valve, so now I've got to run it with the old channel locks. But the preheater is going to have sap in it, so I've got to drain that too. But actually what I'll do is I'll close this. That'll drain the preheater first. Then I'll know if I've got sap coming out of the head tank. Open this one. I think I'm good. And that's a ton of sap, and this will tell the tale too. Yeah, because that filled the preheater. So that's good. So I'll close this now. We're good. And I think I got enough sap up there. I can get through this tour, so should be good. Now I just got to get this syrup labeled up that we made the other night and get that put away. Tractor's finally back in, it's building, four-wheelers put away. I am just about picked up from Maple Weekend finally, and it's only like almost a week later. Just a little bit left to kind of like sort in the basement, but this is good. We're in good shape now. Now it's time to go haul sap, I think, because we're gonna boil tonight. Close to a full tank, but that's 2 days worth of sap, but still, that's a lot of sap. Oh, I got a problem now. I just reached down to open this up, the valve, and the whole top of it came loose. Luckily I was able to stuff it back down in there, but I think I've got half of that at home, that centerpiece. So this is going to be a challenge, seeing how I've got 2 loads of sap here. So that's awesome. You take the whole thing right out. That's less than ideal. I don't think I'm going to lose sap, which is what I was really concerned about, but it's definitely sucking air. Luckily it's only 2 loads. The trailer's almost full. My plan is to shut the pump off, and then hopefully this will hold, and I may put a strap around it to try and make sure that it stays in while I'm gone. It may hold just like that, and I'll shut this one too. Sap is definitely running good, but I'm gonna get home and get a part for this so I can make sure that this thing stays. All the valves are in the right place. Contact. There's enough room to get that whole tank in there. I'm pretty sure Exactap left that I held for those tours. Permeate's going in, concentrate's going in. I need to find a valve. There it is. Actually, there's a complete one. So I've got 2. Still a good part of a load here, and luckily the valve stayed. It didn't blow out, so I didn't lose any sap, but we'll get going now. I think. Crap, I didn't open the valve up there. Yep. Weird how opening a valve lets sap go through it. Much better. There's just a bunch of crud in the bottom, so I'm going to let that go and see how quick I can get this thing changed because the sap is running. Oh, much better. Dale Earnhardt should have hired me because ain't no one changing a valve that quick. So I'm ahead of the RO right now. I don't have room for this load, so I'm gonna check the releaser. I know it's dirty. I'll probably clean it tomorrow. I need to clean it tomorrow. And see how good this sap's coming in because I think it's running pretty good today. Yeah, all of them are running and just kicking off right now to pump. So we have got some decent amount of sap coming out. That's where that's leaking from. Yeah, I've had a leak there all along and I've never caught it. It was just always wet and I assumed it was a fitting, but it was a fitting, just not the one I was planning on. I gotta love my Sap Spy monitors. I just got an alert saying that the tank level at the hill is at 76.1%. That means I need to go there because that's a lot of sap there. Without that, it would have been a guessing game, but Sap Spy for the rescue again. That's a nice tank of sap right there. I've got a couple minutes before I've got to play dance taxi, so I'm going to dump this load of sap off because I've got the time, and it also keeps me ahead of the RO for sure. I was nervous I was going to get too low, so I messed with the RO, but this sap filter is definitely junk, so I'm going to swap that out right now though. Should have enough room to get all of that in now, and it'll dump quick because that filter's changed. So what we're looking for right here, nice clear sap coming in, probably 300 gallons in the tank. Check the battery, see how that's doing. 11 volts, it's down a little bit. I probably should change it just to make sure. Oh, look what I found here. Tasty beverages. Probably gotta have one of these for why I'm pumping a little bit of sap because it's gonna take a minute down here. I did lower the releaser down yesterday, so now I've got better slope coming in and I don't have the sap ponding in that main line there. Now it's leaking here. This is awesome. Switch the two hoses, so the one with the leak is now on the suction side. So it's not leaking, it's not even leaking any air, so I don't know, it might be a cracked fitting, but I don't have time to deal with that. But like I said, this thing is working way better now that it's dropped down, and I only dropped it down like 4 inches, not even 3 inches, so it's made a big difference on the way the sap's coming in, just because of the way the pitch is here. This is for you. I know you had a hard day.
Hey, thanks a lot.
I won't be able to get everything in. I'm gonna have to go shut it off. There's a ton down there.
Still got some down back?
Yeah, there's a bunch down back still, so I'll have to go down and shut it off and then do whatever, but take it. So it's coming up out of the sap with the hydrometer, so that means it's 10 plus. It's time to flip this valve and crank this thing up. Now I'll fill the head back. You're good whenever. I got it going up. Yeah, we're putting 2 gallons a minute up there. Then the ball doesn't move. So I'm no mathematician, but that's like 120 an hour. That's a lot. On a twist. Yeah. No, that was the tank. Why didn't you just make the brand new power FX that had the same color and just cover and stitch it up?
Come on.
Find a place.
There he goes.
And I go to the old ladies, I go, and I'm going to go up and get some other stuff, and I'm going to get in trouble with my wife because I'm not taking my boots off. They giggle.
Yeah, they do. And he
You should have seen. I was literally on my hands and knees scrubbing that floor on Monday. Was I not there?
I saw when I was sleeping.
What the report we got.
All right, we're stepping on this. That's all going to the head tank at 2 gallons a minute. Permeates on the overflow. And we're putting 2 gallons a minute up. We got 8 gallons a minute of concentrate coming out. We're making like 450 PSI. So I finally graduated and I do step on it now because I want to go to bed at night. And we got a ton of sap. We got the most sap we've ever had in 2 days at 2,800 gallons. And the evaporator is keeping up with it at 2 gallons a minute. The float doesn't move. So I'm no mathematician. I've got Vermont math in my blood, and that's 120 gallons an hour that goes through this on a 2x6. So I don't know. We're at 20,000 gallons of sap so far for the year. We made 276 gallons. So probably tonight, I'm thinking we're going to make 30 gallons, 40 gallons in that neighborhood. We're going to surpass last year's syrup, which it doesn't take a lot to do that, but we are making a lot of syrup in a hurry. So hopefully a record year. Point heavy, but we're making syrup so fast right now, I gotta find a place to put it. 61.5, and I'm at 62.5. So I need to add some more. And it still needs more. There we go. Oh, that's what we're looking for right there. Finally. I'm using a ton of Deere right now trying to get this thing to go through. We switched sides, so it's going to loosen some up on the syrup pan, but this stuff it's filtering hard. I think I'm going to get everything through, but it's going to be close. Love it when the washers flow. They're flowing. They're flowing already. And this is overflowing again. Yep, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not going to blame you for this one. Careful. That was fighting with you. Couldn't quite get it all. No, take it. The press is full, and I'm going to have just enough, I think, to be able to push it out because the hose is full now. Now I've got permeate going through to push the sugar out of the press after clearing it out of syrup. So that I'll take, and I'll just pour that right back in the cold sap float, and that'll go right back in so we don't lose any of that sugar. Some people will pour it in there for their RO to do it. I throw it right in the rig. That's the second batch there, going just in a barrel because that's full, and we're making syrup so fast that I think I'm gonna have to fill that 30-gallon barrel tonight. Not all the way. I think I'll have 25 in it is my hunch. So yeah, we're making syrup in a hurry tonight, but we're getting close. We're down to the home stretch, just that little bit left, and then de-sugaring. But this thing's still hustling, and like the float ball keeps dropping, and I'm still putting 2 gallons a minute up. So we're right on the edge of dangerous tonight. We're staying ahead of the syrup. That's the good news. Probably ought to try this stuff tonight. Wow, that stuff doesn't suck. That's good stuff. You should try it. Here, try it. Filtering batch number 3 tonight. Well, only about 8 gallons, but we'll get this all filtered out. That way I can get the press clean one more time and not have to do it again and again. But I'm glad I brought a barrel up because it would have been a different type of game if I was hustling with blue 5s and all that. But we are out of sap now. The rig is cooling down. It went quick tonight. We made a lot of syrup in a hurry. Most sap we've ever had today, 2,800 gallons. Well, 2 days, but most we've ever boiled at one time. RO's cleaning, that's almost done. Gonna rinse it and then bedtime. And do it again tomorrow. I'm gonna change the filters on the RO now. That way we start with clean ones because it didn't want to take a prime earlier. But everything went awesome tonight. We made a lot of syrup. I think we made, what, 15, 30, probably like 38 gallons of syrup. We'll take it. I mean, that puts us over 300 for the year, so now we're on to the goal of 400. So see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, definitely time for a change.